Hi, I'm Megan. Welcome to today's live reading of Seraphina by Brooke May, presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Join me. Chapter 1. Law number 221. Humans thrive on scandal. They seek it out like an addiction. Traffic blasts past me as if the person isn't going to have to slam on their brakes just down from here to lay on their horn for whatever reason is causing them to be in even more of a panic. There's no good reason for me to even feel the gusts created by the vehicles where I'm still a good distance away from the green foliage of the city's park. They are powerful and annoying enough that the pages of the magazine I'm currently flipping through to turn the page before I'm even done reading the page and messing with the others on the bench right next to me. It's nothing to take away from with what I'm reading. Anyway, it's the same garbage that's been coming out for decades now. Okay, reading is absolutely the wrong word to describe what I'm currently doing. It's more like flipping through page after page of trash mortals find as entertainment while seeing what their celebrities are up to in their personal lives. Lose weight fast here. Be happy with your body. You can lose weight with a celebrity too. Psst, nobody's in the same. No one's body is the same, and all should just accept who they are as individuals. On and on it all goes on trash that humans feed themselves on a daily basis rather than accepting who they are. Honestly, who cares about what other people are doing in their love lives just because they seem to be famous? I mean, I get why I do. I'm a Cupid after all. Yes, I'm a real honest to goodness Cupid who has been sent down from the heavens to aid humans to find their true love, a happiness that all seek, including the so-called famous people of the world. Not everyone needs our help, just some who haven't had any success on their own at making the right kind of love connection. We are a last resort, and trust me, there is plenty of work to be done to keep all of us constantly busy. Back to the magazines. All of what I have on my lap and piled next to me is a bunch of garbage. And don't even get me started on the whole celebrity romances. What a joke. No wonder the number of divorces has skyrocketed. I don't get why people care so much about others who are nothing more than modern day court jesters meant to craft entertainment as a form of distraction to the bigger issues happening in this world from everyday life of how to just be happy. The scandals that are completely open to the public and have captured the attention of the world are just as entertaining as the movies, shows, games, and music they all make. On a huff, I continue to flip through the pages of pictures, people doing everyday things, grocery shopping, numerous ones with some sort of beach as the background, and gasp, no makeup on. The more I've looked through in my time on this bench, the more enraged I become with how much this matters to society. Anger isn't something anyone would associate with a Cupid, and for the most part, they'd be correct. We are happy-go-lucky helpers of love. If you're looking for just that, Aiko, one of my sisters, is far too cheerful for my liking. Finished with this magazine, I add it to the pile to my right that I'm done with and pick up the next. There's no avoiding the headline and highlight article this issue seems intent on basing everything on for the publication. More romantic scandal for hockey superstar Seth Maxwell. It takes everything within my power, which is a lot, to keep the disbelieving snort locked within my chest. There's no need to alarm the people walking by with their dogs and children that I found something that completely disgusts me. Out of all the hundreds of celebrities all over the world, it's this single individual who has the most focus on him right now. I guess that's what you get when you try dating only high profile supermodels, one having a father who is also someone in the political realm. But this is what this individual gets for being well known in the world and how celebrities lean toward other celebrities. Except for one sweet woman I helped back in the 1960s. They've been happily married ever since, and he's by no means a celebrity. With a roll of my eyes, I don't bother to even open this one to read any of it. I know the man, more than other Cupids who are off doing their own assignments at the moment. Each of us have an eternal life. We have seen and aided in plenty throughout human history, and each of us have our own issues linked to past jobs. Because, you see, not all we help actually work out. Some of us have had more tragic encounters than others, but this man on the front page with a hat pulled low and sunglasses doing nothing to cover up who he is, Seth Maxwell, is mine. No, I have nothing to do with this latest scandal of his, but I know about it from it. I know about one from his past. Enough of this. Getting up, I collect all the pointless magazines I'll find. I collect all the pointless magazines. I'll find a way to hand off to others since I have no further need for any of them. They aren't something that can go to my home in the heavens with me. Even if I wanted to, there's no place up there for them. Call it magic if you want, but what conceals us from all human technological advancements won't work on it. Just as I'm taking a step on to go on to my way to find a treat before I have to return home for my next assignment, my foot struggles to lift. Giving it a little more force, my foot slips completely out of my gladiator-style sandal, causing me to fall back onto the bench. You've got to be kidding me. Looking down, I grab a hold of my sandal and pull with all my might until I'm able to lift it and the long string of gum that comes up with it. Annoyance pulsates through me to why people would be so careless just to spit something difficult for nature to break down onto the ground, while also trying to get something to pull it off my shoe with when there's a trash can right there. This is what I get for coming down here on a rare moment of free time. Chapter 2, Law number 71. Do your best to be a positive force in the mortal world. By now, you're likely trying to figure out who is this surly woman all about, right? Like I just stated, I'm a Cupid, an eternal being created by the Almighty to give aid to the original Cupid when his workload became too much for him to handle on his own. Briella was the first to be created. We see her as our elder and often refer to her as mother. And then the rest of us came along a few hundred years later. Aiko, Fieda, Michaela, Raffaella, and myself. Each of us tasked with helping humans find their everlasting love. We have a few abilities to help us in varying ways. We can turn invisible in order to watch when our humans don't need nor want us around. Apparently, they don't like being watched when trying to establish a love connection. Who knows why? We also have a tether connecting us to our humans. It manifests, invisible even to us, the moment Cupid gives us a file about our humans, which helps to guide me to them, as well as know everything about them in order to make a lasting love. It isn't the heartstring we covet and are always looking to strengthen, but something that will pull us to our mortal when needed or when they abruptly leave us behind, pulling us to them, even against our own will at times. Aiko has the most experience with that. Anyway, that's the cliff notes of what we truly are. But for me, I'm not nearly as happy-go-lucky as some of the others are. My reasoning? Maybe I'm just a little bitter over how fleeting love is for humans, especially now. The value in love and marriage doesn't exist anymore. Or it could be a certain male who is nothing but a pain. I am who I am. That brings us to this moment where I'm impatiently waiting in line at a busy cafe to get a nice coffee that'll do nothing for me and lemon bars to enjoy before I return home. Oh, that's another fact I nearly forgot to share. Each of us has a sweet tooth, even if our cravings are different. My weakness is lemon bars. I prefer something sweet and a little sour, which some, Aiko would say, matches my personality. Are we squared away now? Good. Ready to see what kind of journey I'm about to embark on? Good, because I just want to take this one. I just want to get this one over with, because maybe I can take a little bit of a break. Once upon a time, when the world's population wasn't nearly as enormous, we had plenty of time to lounge around. That happens less and less now. The line takes another step closer to the counter. Not for the first time do I question why I bothered to stay in the city to get a treat when I could have gone anywhere else in the world. I know a quaint small town with a bakery that serves some of the best lemon bars for the past couple of decades. In a big city, the land littered with plenty of coffee shops on almost every corner. All are always busy, and none are ever really that great of a place to get anything at all. No matter the time of day, there always seems to be a line nearly out the door. And here I wait, impatiently tapping my now gum-free sandal on the polished linoleum until I'm at the counter and rushing through placing my order. Yes, I have money. It might not be something we value, but humans are a different story. Their world revolves around it. I hope this tastes good. I finished my dumping, finishing my dumpy time in the city. Here better end on a good note before I go see through and head for the heavens to find out where I'm going next. Yes, I mean it literally. It was one horrible dump. Good afternoon. What can I do for you today, ma'am? I miss the days of truly pleasant people. The person on the other side of the counter for me looks anything but pleasant or even happy to be here. I have no doubt he could easily be that kind of person, especially with others in his personal life, but work like this that has you dealing with unruly and frankly rude people. Headlines written on his otherwise youthful face. A baby screeches somewhere behind me while I place my order. I'd like an iced mocha and a lemon bar, please. My smile is just as forced as the young man's. You're in luck, lady. This is the last one. Quickly, he pulls on a pair of latex gloves and pulls my lemon bar out of the display case. I don't have heightened senses, so to speak, but I can smell that bar the moment he places it down on a paper plate on the counter right in front of me. As my mouth begins to water, even though it's easy to tell just from the scent that this lemon bar isn't of the homemade variety I could have gone elsewhere to get, and far too sugary that comes with being factory made. I'm so glad to get it. Thank you. With the same fake beam, I stand off to the side to wait for my iced coffee and take in what's happening around me. People watching is a hobby of Cupids, that, or animals. It's our form of entertainment. There are almost too many people stuffed in here to truly take them all in. It's easy to locate the mother and the baby as she tries to maneuver the stroller through the crowd who are reluctant to give her space. Every single person ignores the pair until they get to the door and a small miracle happens. Rather than wrestling the door by herself, a woman steps out of line to hold it open for her. The robust woman with wild curly hair offers the mother a sweet, meaningful smile as she waits for them to get out and takes up a spot at the end of the line rather than trying to reclaim her previous one. There's a flutter of warmth within me coming to life after being dormant for too long as I watch this encounter. Seeing kindness is so rare that when I do witness it, I have an all kind of moment where warmth starts to envelop me. It dies a few seconds later when the kind woman isn't shown the same time of kindness. The smile slips from her lips, morphing into a pout when she looks down at her phone. For some strange reason, I can't move, not even after I have my iced coffee in hand. Okay, I move enough for other people who have to wait, but I don't bother to move until the woman is at the front of the line. One lemon bar, please. She's already digging into her purse when the young man shakes his head and breaks the news that I took the last one. I'm seconds away from taking a bite. Not enough that I'm breathing on it, but it's close enough. Her shoulders are sagging as she stuffs her wallet back into her oversized bag. I'm walking up to her before she gets a chance to move away from the counter for the person behind her to place their order. She looks so completely downtrodden and a little frazzled when I hold the plate out to her offering. What's this? She stammers. Kindness to others deserves a treat. Giving it to her, I offer her one of my rare, genuine smiles. I make sure it's in her grasp before I turn and leave the cafe without another word. Wow, you can be kind to others.